Sagittarius, hello. Welcome to Healing Truth Tarot. My name's Shelly. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on with you. I do respond to my comments. Oh, we got a lot of cards. Lots of cards. So little time. All right, so we're going to start right off. First card, Wheel of Fortune. Next, we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Sun. We have the Sun again. Reiteration. We have the Four of Pentacles. There you go. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Fool. Five of Swords. King of Wands. The Lovers. Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. The bottom of the deck. Now I've got two wanted to show up for the Rider-Waite Tarot. We have the World and also the Page of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles. I see good stuff. Four of Pentacles. At the bottom of the Sacred Traveler. I'm sorry, Heaven and Earth. Heaven and Earth. And then we have the Ten of Wands. And the Ace of Swords. All right, for oracles, we have Joy and Delight. Surprise. And the angel oracle message will be family. Now, before we get started, if you're a cross watcher and you watched the Leo video, I forgot to do the oracle cards and the word jar, and my apologies. I have written myself a little sticky note so that hopefully I will not forget, because I feel like those are important. So, anywho, let's get started. Manage my hat. All right, there we go. So, Wheel of Fortune goes round, comes round, Sagittarius. You've got a really great spread here. Other signs have not been so lucky for the month of September. Other signs are still going through. I'm not saying you're not going through some stuff. I feel like most of it is, excuse me, turning off my timer. I feel like most of the residue that was left over from letting go of people, places, and things, arguments that happened maybe near you know, the first 3 weeks of last month, of August. I feel like those have pretty much dissipated, the leftovers of those arguments, and that you have moved on very, very nicely. Because I mean, you are the compassionate. You're the compassionate sign. You're all with the compassion. And good for you, because that can be hard to come by when the crap hits the fan. So the world is saying that you've completed a cycle. Or I'm sorry, the Wheel of Fortune. Pardon me, we did get the World, but I was looking at the World card. The Wheel of Fortune says that you've completed a cycle, and you'll go back around and you'll be back down the bottom of that wheel at some point. But right now you're fine. You know, you're okay. And next time you're at the bottom of that wheel, you'll know exactly what to do and how to handle things, how to move through things. You are now a professional mover-througher of things. You got this. You're doing so good. We have the Queen of Wands. This is the energy that you had to that you had to carry, and you may still need this every now and then. I mean, people are going to happen. People's attitudes and misbehaviors happen. So you may have to be blunt with some more people along the way. But I just feel like it's like I'm getting this like breath of relief. It's like you just feel better. You did a lot of forward movement, even with all the retrogrades. A lot of forward movement. And you really just completely embraced that. And some of that embracing took you cutting through the BS, you know, seeing, I think we got the sun here twice. Cutting through the BS, we did. We got the sun here twice. So you cut through the BS and you saw what was really going on. Everything was lit right up for you. Not just in other people, but within yourself as well. Within yourself. And you had to tell some people the way it is. And those that would not listen to you, you turned around and you walked away from them. And as I say, if they're meant for you, then they will come back around to you. Hopefully in a better frame of mind, or a different frame of mind, I should say, than they were when you had to walk away. All right, so yeah, we got the sun twice. That's a beautiful thing. And now we have the Four of Pentacles. And I don't feel like this is you being greedy, hanging on to your money greedy. I feel like this is, you've learned some lessons about finances. And you've learned how to break through or cut through those feelings of lack or the lack of faith. That's been a big part of it's been a big part of your spiritual growth. To let go of fear and start having faith that things are going to work out. Even when they feel awful, you know that things are going to work out. You've been, oh my God, you guys are so awesome. You guys are badasses, by the way. You have just been kicking some butt and going with the flow of the universe, handing you this and handing you that, and the retrograde planet's been handing you stuff you already dealt with, and you're like, no, I'm good, I'm done. I don't need a reminder. I don't need you to make sure I'm finished. I'm done. And you walked away. You walked away again with a firmness. And I think that a lot of you cut cords, karmic cords, with people, places, and things that don't serve you anymore. They've served their purpose, and I don't mean that in a subservient way or a slavery, quote unquote, type way. I mean, you've learned the lessons from people, places, and things, and you're done with those lessons. And part of the lessons was financial. So I don't feel like you're hanging on to stuff for dear life, your things, whether that's mental, emotional, or physical things. I don't feel like you're hanging on for dear life anymore, because right after that card, we picked up the Ten of Pentacles. Wealth, in case you can't read that at the bottom. Wealth. The Ten of Pentacles is, okay, I saw the culmination of everything come together, and there's the fruits of my labor, and now I can move forward and utilize those fruits of my labor. And some of that is money, but some of it's also that emotional aspect of how you deal with other people and how you deal with other situations that come up. You feel more grounded. That's the word I want. Thank you, Spirit. Grounded. You feel more at ease. You're breathing easier. Spirit keeps, I keep wanting to take a deep breath. So that means that you're feeling like that's what you can do, as I said. I'll try not to repeat myself. And we have the Fool, new beginnings. Now that comes after the World. The World is the last card in the deck. And it comes just before number 0 of the tarot deck, which is the Fool, a leap of faith. And that's what you did. You took a leap of faith. Jobs. Some of you took a leap of faith with a new job, or took a leap of faith within your job, with your current job, and said, I'm going to present this thing that I've been thinking about, this way of doing things that I've been thinking about. And after some arguing and people trying to be sneaky, because you see him, he's kind of sneaking off with the swords, right? With his sword. Yeah, the swords, because he's feeling like he was stabbed in the back, even though it doesn't show you that depiction in this deck. There are decks that will show you the Five of Swords with someone with a sword sticking out of their back, as well as hanging on to what swords they have left. And these situations that came up, and these people that were just messing with you, it didn't work for them, even though, they're really the ones who are sneaking away. And they know they did wrong. They can try and validate themselves all they want. They know they did wrong. They knew what they were doing when they were stabbing you in the back. Didn't work out for them. Not so much. Not so much. So, let me read what that says. Get my trusty flashlight. Selfishness, conflict, aggression, argument, fear of failure, self-sabotage, anxiety. Sometimes the victory is not worth the price. So some of you did walk away from a job, person, place, or thing, right? Some of you did walk away because it just wasn't worth it. But a portion of you, that backstabbing didn't work out for whoever was doing the backstabbing. So good for you. Good for you. And we have the King of Wands. Wands are about movement. They're about fiery movement. The kings are always stable. This is your energy. You're not afraid to move forward. You're taking that leap of faith. Not afraid to move forward. You're carrying the energy of a king. You have nothing to worry about. Now, I do feel like some people, they were resentful because they see something in you that's different. You're not the same person anymore. Let's read the card. The card says, use the dynamic energy of a leader. Visionary, successful, swift, expansion, strength, power, will, courage, leadership. So I feel like some of you have taken on, okay, for some of you, it's in relationships, you have taken the reins, excuse me, you've taken the reins and you've taken control of yourself and your behaviors. And for some of you, the person or people involved in that situation have followed suit because you've been relentless. You're like, I'm doing this. This is what's best for me right now. I'm doing this. You said I've been doing for you. I've been doing it your way. It's not working. Now we're going to try it my way. We're going to try it this way. So, good for you. And for some of you, it was the job thing. It was maybe you got promoted, or you took on a large, a higher up leadership role, and higher up than supervisor. Now, some of you may have been promoted to a supervisory position, because I do get that energy. But some of you are also made, I don't know, maybe even vice presidents of small companies. Vice presidents of small companies. I see startups. I see startups for some of you. Taking a higher role in a startup company. Or for the entrepreneurs, taking a more proactive leap of faith towards progressing in your entrepreneurial endeavors. My goodness, what a word. So yeah, you guys are doing a really good job. You're okay. And this is going to flow through September. It's like we were so busy in August with one cycle after another, one right after another. We just, so much change, so much growth on every level. So much growth on every level. Now it's time to take a deep breath, as Spirit keeps telling me. It's time to take a deep breath and relax and take care of yourself. Yeah, keep taking care of your business. Excuse me, absolutely. Keep taking care of your business. I keep getting the little froggy in my throat, so usually that means that we need to go back to the swords card. Where did I see that? Oh, we had the Ace of Swords, yeah. We need to go back to the Swords card. Some of you, not just with the speaking of your truth, but communication as a form of this entrepreneurial endeavor. That some of you are communicating verbally to help others. So, good for you. Very nice. All right, then we have the Lovers. So yeah, this speaks of partnerships. I'm not getting a whole lot of splitting up of partners. Splitting up, partnerships or romantic partnerships or even business partnerships or even friendships. I'm not getting a big energy of that. I mean, there is a little bit of it. So yeah, some of you have gone through a breakup with either your job or your spouse or your partner or a friend, or even an organization. And while initially it felt bad, you're not there anymore. You know something good is coming. You know better things are coming. All that was for was to make room for the better stuff. That's all that was for. Okay. So the Lovers is about balanced partnerships. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. This means whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And that is all that means. What you're doing, you're on the right path. And it will bring you to this abundance. And not just the physical, financial abundance, but also that emotional abundance. The way that you feel about yourself now that you've accomplished something that you thought you never would accomplish. The potential of the financial aspect of how much better your life is going to be when there's more money in your pocket and in your bank account. All right, and then we have the Knight of Cups. And again, that just reiterates the feeling of financial freedom. The Knights are about completing tasks. And that's what you did. You completed a task. And it's not over. You're not done. But you know better now how to work with difficult energies that are around you, how to work with your inner talk, the way that you speak to yourself. Yeah. 10 of Wands. That's carrying too much. So that's another energy you've learned to work with. You've learned to take things. And we're in Virgo season too. So you're more structured. Thank you, Spirit. You're more structured in the way that you deal with stuff, in the way that you go about things. You take things step by step instead of trying to leap from one point to the other. You're taking things step by step. You've let go of this. You've let go of the burdens, and you've let go of the burdens of other people's opinions and other people's thoughts, and you're just more free. Just more free. Free to be you, and you always were, but we don't know what we don't know until we know. We make decisions based on the information we have at that time. Our information, the way that we react to things is due to the experiences that we have had in the past. But now that you've let go of those, you're seeing that it's not like that anymore. God, this reading is so hopeful. It's just you guys are spot on. I'm so impressed. Okay, what else do we have? We had perfected work. Right, the Five of Pentacles. So that just reiterates. Now, normally you'd see someone sitting at a table working on coins or working on something creative. So that's where I'm getting the creativity with the communication and the creativity. Okay. And under that is the moon. Things were brought to light. More reiteration. Things were brought to light for you. You saw what you needed to see, and you went at it from within. Not externally, from within. You are learning to treat yourself the same way that you treat other people. You're learning that it's okay for you to do for you instead of just doing for everybody else. Because Sagittarius, just like Aquarians, can be people pleasers. Because you just want everybody to get along. Well, guess what? It's not your job to be the mediator anymore. That's putting too much on your plate. Not your burden. Not your circus, not your monkeys. We do people a disservice when we try to fix things for them. Because then they can't experience what they need to experience. So you've learned to let people take care of their own business while you take care of your business. You're doing pretty good with keeping it in the present moment. That's all you have. That's all we have is the present moment. The past is already here. Today is already here, and the future is already here, all wrapped into one moment. Time is an illusion. So you just keep it in the present. That's all that you have. We can't jump to the future right this minute. But that's not to say, Spirit says to tell you to remember that it's okay to look towards the future. Just remember, there's no finish line. That's what we're here for, is to keep going. So, at least you're not running around in circles anymore. It's a beautiful thing, people. All right, then we have... Let's pick some words from the word jar. We'll pick a couple. And then we'll do our oracles. We have, what do you think? Yeah, these are the conversations that you're having with people. It's the communication. That's a piece of that communication. And that Ace of Swords, by the way, is fresh communication. So you've learned to communicate in a different way. And you've learned to say, what do you think? What do you think? Because you're allowing other people to have an opinion, just like you expect to be allowed to have yours. You don't always get that. I'm going to say most of the time you don't get that. You don't get that reciprocated to you. That's okay. You do what you're supposed to do. Those other people, they'll do whatever they're going to do. We have no control. I don't generally look, but spirituality was sticking right out to me. So that's what all this whole that all of last month was about. And now you can nurture that new spiritual foundation. You can nurture that. Things are going to keep progressing because you're going to keep doing the work here. Things are going to keep progressing. And the only reason that's happening is because you've recognized yourselves as spiritual beings. A direct piece of Source. No better, no worse. Source does not feel like it's better than you. You are a direct piece of it. So, doing very nicely with the spiritual aspect of change. Because at the end of the day, that's where change comes from. What's in here, that inner work, is spiritual work. Period, point blank. All right, now we're going to do our oracles. So we have joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. That's telling me just none of that all work and no play, because all work and no play makes Jill a bad, a dull girl. A dull girl. Or Jack, a dull boy. So, when you're taking care of this business or this new business or uh, this different relationship, whether it's a totally different relationship or the relationship, an existing relationship is different. While you're busy taking care of that, don't turn it into a job. Keep finding the joy in it. And honestly, if you stop finding the joy in it and you just can't get back the joy in doing it, that's probably spirit guiding you to do something else. And if that's where you are right now, you're probably being guided to do something else. If it feels like a job, it is not going to work because you're going to feel trapped. But if you can find joy in whatever it is you're doing or whoever you're with or whoever you deal with, even friendships or coworkers, if you can't find joy somewhere, then that is not what you're supposed to be doing. We're meant to do we're meant to do what we find joy in. Yes, I speak English. We're meant to do what we find joy in. And if you're going to work and you're trudging away all day long, looking at the clock going, oh my God, when is it, why is that moving so slow? When can I get out of here? That job is not for you. And I don't mean quit the job. Just start looking for something else. Put it out there to the universe that you want something better, that you want something different, that name the way you want to be treated at your job. And call out the feelings you want to have when you go to this job. And the universe will hand it to you. Just got to be patient. I know, it sucks. Being patient sucks. But you just got to be patient and be open to the nudges the universe is giving to you and which direction to go. And you may think of something that doesn't make any kind of sense. You might say, maybe I want to try this. And it doesn't make any sense because you have zero experience in that thing. Follow that. Because there's hidden skills in each person, every person. Every person has something, a skill that they don't know they have until they try something new. So give it a shot. Something's going to work out one way or the other. But don't stay stuck in something that you hate. We're not meant to live in misery. We're meant to be happy. All right. Surprise. You may be surprised. Okay, so some of you, again, will be surprised with a job, a different job. Some of you will be surprised by a human being saying, I've been watching you for a long time, or I've been paying attention to you for a long time, and this is how I feel. And that could be in a love relationship, that could be in a business partnership. But I feel like you're being watched. I don't mean in a stalky way, but I feel like you're being watched. Someone is admiring who you are and the way that you go about doing things. So don't be surprised when you're surprised. And the final card is our angel message, and this one is family. That's what last month was all about. And September is going to be, again, nurturing the new energies of people that feel like family to you. They don't have to be your immediate family. They don't have to be blood related to you. People are coming to you. You may be surprised. People are coming to you that are going to feel like family. And whatever changes have taken place within your family situations, Again, those are going to keep being nurtured. What needed to be said is out in the open now. Everyone may not be on the same page and may not even understand one another, but everyone is now open to hear what the other members of the family have to say. All right, let's read this. Family. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation. Allow yourself to feel peace. So, again, there's always going to be some type of residual, as I said at the beginning. There's going to be some residual stuff going on as far as setting boundaries. For some of you, there were situations where you were setting boundaries because you were just sick of the BS. And you set the boundary, and people were angry. Where's that? People were mad at you. People were angry. Whether that's your family, home life, or your work life, or whatever. You know, just put it where it fits in your life. People were mad at you because they saw something that's new that you weren't exhibiting before, an energy that you weren't putting out before. That I'm setting a boundary and putting my foot down energy. And that's not an energy of stubbornness. That's an energy of resolve. You had the resolve to put your foot down and say, you're not crossing this boundary, and if you do, there's going to be consequences. And some people did cross your boundary more than once. And finally, you had to walk away from them. Now, I'm not saying physically walk away from them. You may be in the same household with these people, somebody, or this person or these people. You may be in the same household. But you've directed your attention away from that because you saw that there's nothing you can do about it. The downside of that is I feel like some of you are hibernating a little bit. I heard somebody call it turtling. Sticking your little head in your shell to avoid these people or a person that keeps stepping over your boundaries. Have faith. Where's our fool? Have faith. Something is going to change because you're letting it go. Walking away or removing your attention from it is the first step to letting something go. And once you feel it here and here, that I'm just over it, all of a sudden, surprise, something changes. So that is coming for you in the month of September. And we're looking third, fourth week of September for this to happen. But for the most part, I feel like your September is going to not necessarily run perfectly smooth. I mean, life is still going to happen. But again, you know how to deal with it now. You know how to walk through it. Not around it, not under it, not over it. Through it. You know how to move through it now. Again, you are a professional mover througher. You got this. So, yeah, things are still going to happen. But it's going to be okay. But the energy I'm feeling for you guys in September is basically that it's kind of restful, as well as that deep breath energy. You've done a lot of cleansing and releasing. Bringing old crap up and releasing it, transmuting it. For many of you, transmuting it into something better. Getting creative with the transmutation of, I call it bad juju. And turning it into some good juju in some form. Too bad we didn't pull the magician. That would have been perfect. But you guys are on the right track. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And your September is going to have some stuff coming at you, but it's going to be mild in comparison. And that residual stuff that's left over from August, is going to rectify itself. All you have to do is walk away from it and have that resolve that you understand and accept that there's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well just do you. You're doing great. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, so Spirit says I can't hear what Spirit's saying. Sorry about that. So yeah, you guys are doing a great job again. So much love and many blessings.